through a combination of diplomacy, through a combination of justice and deliberate national reconciliation. Mr. Chief Minister, if I could maybe begin by asking you, what is the single most transferable lesson from that experience for conflicts that we see around the world that are still unresolved? What's the biggest takeaway?
Thank you very much for that question. I think Sierra Leone has a very unique experience historically and in real time that President Julius Maada Bio is using in practice as the chair of ECOWAS, Authority of Heads of States. And really what we learned is three things: that we must always continue dialogue even through our disagreements. When we had a war, President Bio went to the bush against the advice of many people and found the rebel leader, and they had dialogue in Togo. And they met and engaged in Libya, they met and engaged in Nigeria. So we needed to have dialogue even when there was disagreement. The second thing that really is a lesson from that process was we need to be engaged in spite of our differences. We're never going to agree on everything. We're always going to have things that divide us, but that should not limit how we engage. And the third and most important thing, perhaps, is through dialogue and engagement, we must commit to take action towards our shared aspiration. And we saw this happen when the war ended. And now, as the ECOWAS chair, we see President Bio apply similar examples. Just recently, there were border issues between Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. And that saw some increased military activity across the borders within the Mana River Union. President Bio and President Boakai went to Conakry and had an engagement. They had a dialogue and sustained an engagement, which led to de-escalation. And in ECOWAS, everybody is aware of the AES countries leaving ECOWAS. Mm-hmm. And it happened at the time when President Bio became the chair. He didn't stay home. He went to each and every one of these leaders. I was lucky to be with him, and we engaged with them to say, yes, we disagree on certain things. Yes, you have chosen to leave ECOWAS. However, there are many things that unite us. We care about economic integration. We're still trading across borders. Our people are the same. And those things that we share as commonalities and our aspiration for ECOWAS and our people should be what we use to unite us. And these lessons came from our experiences during the war, and luckily for us, President Bio was in the middle of that as a soldier and as a leader, and so it's been easier to replicate. But while there seemed to be somewhat permanent uncertainty in the world, and the butterfly effect is no longer a movie screen, it's no longer a movie script driven from theory. We see that bombs dropped in the Gulf increase fuel pump prices by 40% in Freetown. Mm-hmm. We see that people who disagree in Conakry or Monrovia can affect how tribes in Freetown interact with each other.